The first question, why did you choose LCA?
So my dream was always to go to Worlds, and from last split I was leaving SK and I was looking through all my other options. I really wanted to work as a head coach, and in my previous experience I feel like I didn't have really good control or the possibility to really set in stone what I wanted to do. And I knew that with this opportunity I have all the responsibility, and that's really something I like a lot. I've been really close to going to Worlds already four times or 5 times, and yeah, from my side I really just want to, take this opportunity and make sure that we reach that place. So yeah, that's why I took the LCA way.
Okay, next question. What's your strong and weak side?
I think my strong side is also my weak side. I'm very passionate about coaching. I really want to help people a lot, and I think that for me personally, sometimes it's really, really exhausting, and I think it's also for the player. But on the other side, I think it's also very giving, because I really, really want to win. So the player usually wants that as well, and that way I can make them, maybe in short term they're like a little bit exhausted, but over long term they are very happy about achieving results and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think it's just I'm very emotional and passionate about the project I'm starting, and yeah, generally speaking I don't let it show too much, but if we win or like if we're really doing well, I think I will show it more.
How do you work with Invi?
Invi has been actually a really pleasant surprise. He's very hardworking, he's very dedicated, and the only thing I'm expecting of people is not that they're like extremely great to begin with or anything of that sort, just that they are putting all their effort in and trying their hardest to win, or trying their hardest to make everything better or have the highest chances of winning. And I think he's doing all of that. He's very passionate too, and he seems to be, right where he should be. He's learning a lot, and he's really fitting well together with me. And yeah, I'm working so far really, really good with him. So yeah, it's been good.
What can you say about every player of your team?
All right. So
Do you know them?
yeah, of course. Boss is the boss. So I think he is an unbelievable talent. Even looking at LEC or looking in other regions, I think he's somebody who will perform extremely well. And he really is League of Legends. So he's practicing from day and night. He is probably one of the most dedicated players I've ever met. And for me, that is, maybe for other people it's a little bit strange to invest so much time into something. But for me, if it's something that you love, and he truly loves League of Legends, I find it really, really fitting. So I'm very happy to work with him. He is also a super kind person. He's tilting very, very rarely. So far, mostly positive things to say about Boss. I think the only other one is that maybe if we start losing games or something like this, because League of Legends is kind of his life, there might be some insecurities coming up. But even when we did that so far, he seemed to be very stable. So yeah, I will make sure that he will be happy. Then we have Ananas. He's very young. He's very willing to learn. He had 7 years of kickboxing and 2 years of boxing, and he was very dedicated. So this guy is like really, really cool. He understands what I'm telling him, and we have a really good connection too. So I think over time it will show even more. Nomans is somebody who is extremely good mechanically, and he's a very nice and dedicated person too. I feel like his mentality is a little bit different for me to coach than other people, because I truly think he wants to get better at the game, but I don't think if he was in like the right environment before, because sometimes he's still struggling a little bit to work perfectly with me, but we're making extremely big improvements, and it's not like anything toxic coming up or any problems arising. It's just that just communicating between us is something that is super important for me, and he understands that, so we are working on that every day. And it's going well. I really like him too. Then we have Inex. Inex is one of the smartest ADCs. He understands macro game. He understands what to do in the game. He understands how his mentality should be. So he's somebody, even if like the ping is really bad, or something really stupid happens in the game, he's like, okay, it's fine, guys, let's keep going, let's do this. So I really like this mentality. Yeah, he's very similar in that regard to the player that I would like to coach. And then we have Edward, who is very experienced. He brings a lot of maturity into the team. He has his girlfriend who is also helping out in the house, so he has also his dog here. So there's like a lot of stuff that he brings into the team, a lot of involvement, and a lot of not just being there, but he really brings his life into the team. And it's a really interesting situation. It's something I didn't have before, but he seems to be very passionate about anything that he really does, and he seems to be a little bit like the daddy of the team. So if there's some issues, he will come and help, and I really like that about him.
What is your goals?
My purpose is I want to be very strong, in the sense that whatever I want to do in the future, I can achieve it. So I want to be hardworking. I want to be somebody who's kind. I want to be somebody who is someone you can rely on. And that's really important for me, because I shoulder a lot of responsibility and trust from people, and I want to live up to that. Yeah, I really want to live up to that. So from my side, it's the most important that I'm able to, and I don't want to let people down. And on the flip side, I really like winning. I really like to be the one on top, and so my goal is really to win worlds, like become the best coach possible. And whenever I see like a way for me to improve, I would do it, like whatever it takes. So it's like super important for me, and let's see if I can achieve it. But from my side, it's not so much about like actually achieving it, but it's about just trying your hardest every day. And maybe I'm not talented enough, like maybe I'm not smart enough, but if I don't try my hardest, I will never know.